Welcome everybody to Forza Motorsport 6, and today we're taking a look at the 1966 Ford Country Squire. Now you might think I'm a bit weird or insane for wanting to review such a thing, but cars like this are severely underrepresented on games like this, and certainly underappreciated, and I personally think it's a great car, not just in terms of its versatility, but in terms of having a bit of fun to drive, because yeah, for something that's 50 years old, it is really rather versatile. And the first thing we're going to look at is the engine, because this is a key, well, it's a big part of its versatility. So yeah, basically it has a 6.4 litre V8 engine, and it produces 315 horsepower and 427 pounds-feet of torque, which is a decent amount of power, but it's really the torque that is key to this car, because yeah, it weighs a fair bit as well, to say the least. It weighs 4,049 pounds, and yeah, that on its own is quite a lot of weight. But thanks to what this car can do, that wouldn't be the only kind of weight it's carrying. So yeah, it has a normal bench seat at the front where it can carry 3 people, and thanks to the fact that it has a 3-speed Cruiser-matic automatic gearbox, you don't have any gear lever in the middle, so you can use all 3. And then you have another bench seat can carry 3. As you can see, it's got seat belts as well, because they became standard on this car in 1966. But unlike a lot of cars from the time, it also has 2 seats in the rear as well, and still has a fair bit of boot space as well in between the bench seat at the back and these 2 here. But these 2 can also be folded down if you want more, along with the rear bench seat as well. So yeah, hugely practical to carry 8 people and still have plenty of luggage space as well. Now, this isn't the only car that can carry a lot of people from the time. The 1963 VW camper van can also carry a lot of people, but that not only can carry only 7 people, but has smaller luggage compartment and is a lot slower than this, and quite frankly is a lot safer, a lot less safe as well, as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, very versatile car for being 50 years old. And yeah, this is the Country Squire in general was made between 1950 and 1991, going on for 41 years. It's actually the 3rd longest car nameplate by Ford in North America, with only the Mustang and the Thunderbird going for longer. And this is the 5th generation out of 7 that was produced between 1965 and 1968. It's not a very long production span, but obviously the car itself lasted for 41 years. Not very many cars last that long anymore. But yeah, well, we're going to see how this car can drive, which isn't spectacular but is interesting nonetheless. So yeah, see you when we get out onto the track. So yeah, welcome to Road Atlanta Club Circuit. We're going to take this car around on the first lap and talk through it on the second lap. So yeah, despite being a huge car, to say the least, it's 17.5 feet long in fact. It's not awful in any kind of respect, and yeah, as a result, it can do 0 to 60 in 8 seconds, 0 to 119.2 and it'll go on to a top speed of 132 mile an hour, which granted doesn't sound all that too impressive when you compare estate cars over in Europe in today. Yeah, they're like supercars quite frankly nowadays, so yeah, not massively impressive compared to today's cars, but back then, yeah, pretty fairly decent to be honest. And when you compare it to the only other car that can carry a lot of people, like the VW camper van on this game, it's a lot better, because that camper van can only do like 74 mile an hour, and yeah, it's hardly a fun thing to drive. And yeah, this isn't exactly exciting, but it does the job, and if you drive it well, you can make the most of it, even though it does have wallowy suspension and really rather squishy brakes. But yeah, it's still a treat to drive, and considering what it can do, it's kind of a worthwhile payoff, to be honest. Worthwhile compromise as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, I wish there was more kind of cars like this in games like this, quite frankly, because yeah, not a lot of people would appreciate them, but I've been British and never really having cars like this to ever even look at, let alone being. I find them really rather interesting, and for something that's 50 years old, like I said, to be able to carry 8 people and luggage, and with a luggage rack on top, even more, and no doubt being able to tow things as well, thanks to its immense torque. Yeah, really rather usable, and I can see why such a thing lasted so long. Though obviously with the use of the minivan coming along and SUVs and etc., something like this was only ever going to last so long. Ironically, Ford were on the cusp of making a minivan, but backed out, and then only a decade later Chrysler came along and made the Grand Caravan. So yeah, they kind of missed out really, because you would have thought that having this kind of pedigree, having an 8-seater station wagon, they'd have come about and make a minivan themselves, but they were clearly thinking short term and didn't want to undermine this car themselves. But yeah, still fairly decent, and yeah, I think such a thing should make a comeback, quite frankly, though I'm not sure bench seats are allowed anymore. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.